Mr. Speaker, sir, and members, this morning I was at Remiaga. I passed by Remiaga police station. I went there to inquire about a case of attempted abduction by a drone, which happened to none other than myself. And the matter was reported to police in Remiaga under reference 08 of 01/09/2020, where a drone, registration number UBG 849C, that had 8 soldiers, waylaid me and my team as we were within Remiaga. Then they blocked the road. We had guns being cocked from behind us and in front, and then they stopped us. They wanted to pull me out of my vehicle into the drone. Fortunately, the police had sent the guards. Each side cocked guns, and there was a standoff for over 45 minutes. For 45 minutes, we are dragging you, we are taking you, you are not taking him, we are taking him, we are not taking him, until we said, let's go to police. If this is a police matter, let's go to police. When we reached police, the police intervened and said, would have the matter heard the following day. Now, the occupant in that vehicle, a one Major Mugabi, he's an IO of Kabamba military barracks. He never showed up. It took the intervention of other authorities. He never showed up to date. So I passed there this morning to check on the progress of the case of an MP. Now, if an MP could be in such a manner, that's why I was proposing, right to the Honorable Speaker, that we could even investigate the circumstances of the arrest and the kidnap of these Ugandans, because you find that individuals in the system, you know, one thing, the cardinal principle of the military is the command and control. Who is commanding and controlling the security agencies in this country? If the president is saying, please come out, produce this report. So the example I have of my own case, right, Honorable Speaker, could be pertaining to all these other cases where the government is not directly sanctioning the abduction and the kidnap of these Ugandans, but there could be rogue elements within the system, right, Honorable Minister. And if we interrogate the circumstances under which those people were being kidnapped, probably would come to the root of the matter, whether there are those with legitimate reasons why they are kidnapped, and for those who may be kidnapped for political scores, for debt collection, for having differences over wives and women, for money. There is a lot taking place in this country.
In Obongi, drones went there after the elections. I was followed, tracked. I survived being kidnapped by these people of the drones. I said, you don't belong to Uganda police. You don't belong to the UPDF. How do you chase members of parliament like this? Right now, there are people in Obongi who are missing. There are people in the West Nile. There are people in different parts of the West Nile who have been forced to run into exile again. And yet we say we have peace in our country. So, Honorable Minister, help us to know where these people are, which vehicles were used in the arresting of these people. Was it these drones or the official Uganda police vehicles? When we see the police, we respect them because these are our institutions. They are in uniform, they are in official vehicles. What should the Ugandans do when they see a kidnapper coming to kidnap a people or people in a village? What will you do if Ugandans resist such people on the spot when they come to attack, to kidnap people in the issue of self-defense? People coming in drones without identity, in civilians, carrying guns. You cannot tell whether these are our Uganda policemen or our Uganda People's Defense Forces men, or these are kidnappers who just kidnap people for their own reasons. How do we respect the rule of law? How do we protect our armed forces if people get into these things, families getting scared?
And last week I was in Gulu. Saturday, one young man who I think is somebody in Noop, came to me and told me they wanted to arrest him. I told him to go and report that to police. And now my area of clarification is, Honorable Minister, at least I also witnessed something in Luzira, where somebody was taken there and actually, but without warrant. And I even asked those people, how did you allow this person to be here without warrant? That means that it happens. Can you also clarify to us why people should be abducted? This arrest using drone should continue to go on. Is there any way you can stop this arrest? I thought we are in a multi-party dispensation, that a person is free to choose where to belong. I don't want to agree with what Honorable Theodore said, that it is not NRM. If it is not NRM, then what is happening? Who is doing it? If NRM is a strong party, a strong institution, must condemn this action and should stop it straight away. If NRM cannot stop it, then it is NRM behind it. It is NRM behind this. And they should stop it. Don't intimidate our people. Don't cause a lot of fear on people. Give us the confidence of being Ugandans and moving on. Being free. Where is the freedom? Thank you. Clarify that and stop this arrest.
It would equally be important that this country, this parliament, interrogates and debates the circumstances under which these people have ended up in military detention centers, have ended up being missing persons, because there seems to be an uncoordinated movement of troops in this country. The president orders one direction. On the 1st of February, the deputy IGP of this country, Paul Okech, also orders the same. The third day, the Minister of Internal Affairs here orders the production of that list, and nobody does the needful as per the President's directive. But now, having looked at it, that we have the 176 as per the list today, under what circumstances did they end up in these military detention centers or went missing? Because the genesis could have been political. Mr. Speaker, this country has had a bad political history. A bad political history is being now clothed in military wares, military materials. And I, on this side of the NRM, I want to come out clean and say that as a country, NRM have never conspired to do this. There are some other actors behind this. But as a country, as the leadership where I am a member, we have never agreed to do this to Ugandans. This is putting us in a very difficult position, Mr. Minister, in a very undefendable position. There is no way you can defend this. There is no way you can defend a political difference to degenerate into court-martials of the civilians, whom you know that civilians are tried in civil courts. Honorable Minister, I'm on your side, but I don't want to side with you on this matter. On this matter of the abducted people, abducted persons in this country, there is no way I can stand and defend you. This is a very bleeding stigmata. You've not allowed the wounds of politics to heal. The abduction are still continuing. I therefore want to tell the minister that don't have a blanket cover for all these cases you've read out and for those other many cases that you have skipped. Honorable Minister, there could be more hundreds you've skipped. Tell us where they are. And if indeed they are in your custody, let the civil processes take over. I thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. And for me, I would therefore move that this Parliament takes this list, but demands the Minister and the government to produce a comprehensive list of all those Ugandans kidnapped and the circumstances under which they were kidnapped. I thank you, Honorable Minister, Honorable Speaker.